Hello guys, this is Dr. Commander Natarajan once again bringing you a very dynamic personality by the name Sunil Nayak Ramawat. And Sunil and me have a long association together. Sunil has been part of the AFPA family earlier for the SSB, then he came back and stayed with us for the CDS preparations. And finally, he found his dream in his 9th attempt, and he was all along aspiring to join the Indian Army. So that's what he says. I was looking for stars, and instead I got the naval uniform. And he is recently recommended by 12 SSB Bangalore through the INET entry for the pilot branch. And it's a beautiful branch. It's a wonderful branch, and it also gives you a lot of post-retirement opportunities. And first of all, Sunil, congratulations. And I'm also sorry that this whole interview was rescheduled 3 times, and finally we could sit together today. So how are you feeling?
Thank you so much, sir. I feel obliged to speak to you every time I meet you. And I told you before also the day, I still remember the day very vividly. The first time I saw you, I was sitting in the first bench just to see you speak in front of me. I was seeing you before in the YouTube videos, but it always feels great to speak to you, sir. And thank you for backing me all the time. A long association, a lot learned from you, a lot taken back from the academy. Hope I can give something back from my side. If something is possible by me, I'll be the first person to do it.
That was wonderful to hear from you, Sunil. Sunil, tell me, 9 attempts is a long struggle. So if you could take the audience through your journey from the first attempt. And you're a graduate, you've done your engineering, and you never aspired for NDA when you were in the 12th?
I did, sir. I gave my NDA 2 times, but at that time I did not have that much of preparation to clear the NDA. I gave it as any other normal exam. I did not focus on it much, because of which I couldn't clear it. But as I went ahead, I developed the interest, and now here I am.
So, when was your first attempt? What happened? And if you can, briefly tell us your journey.
Sure. So my first attempt was in 2018 June. The correct date is 2nd June 2018. That was my first entry at 14 SSB Allahabad for SSC Tech 51. And that was my first attempt. I had made good preparation, but I was not able to speak in the group discussion in PP and DT, because of which I got screened out. After that, I joined AFA in September 2018, and after that, sir, I gave my second attempt. I made it through the screening in that attempt. I was very much confident that I would get screened in the second attempt, but unfortunately, I couldn't make it till the recommendation. I think there were a few drawbacks that in my psych test and my interview as well. I couldn't answer many of the questions related to my personality. I was beating around the bush always, but after in the subsequent attempt, after that I went for SSC Tech 53 only, the same course at 24 SSB Bangalore. This was in the month of May 2019. I got conferenced out from there also. Again, my psych did not go well. My interview also did not go well. And sometimes I felt my GTO also and in that attempt was not on par, because of which my consistency in the performance was affecting. I was not doing good, and I got conferenced out in that attempt also. After that, sir, again I felt that somewhere I was lacking, and still after so much of preparation and so much of background work, if I'm not doing it, I had something a drawback in my execution that I was doing on the ground. So I decided to come back to AFPA for CDS coaching in June 2019. That was the CDS 2 2019 batch, and it was 3 months of coaching for the exam plus the SSB, wherein I gave my psych test twice. In the first time, as Ashok sir told me, he told that I had some drawbacks, wherein I was not showing enough amount of courage, and I was getting anxious at times in the while writing my stories, and I was not explaining the problem instead of telling out the action. That was one thing. And in group discussion also, I remember that in PP and DT, I remember you telling me focusing more on my reasoning ability. So I was taking a hit on my reasoning ability whenever I was putting my points forward. Those were the points that I found out. And I couldn't clear my written exam before I joined AFPA for my CDS examination. CDS examination batch. But fortunately, after a rigorous hard work of 3 months and like 1 month of revision back to back, I could clear 3 exams in line: CDS 2 to CDS 2 2019, AFCAT 2 2019, and INET. That was the first INET that was scheduled, and I was able to clear that. So I was again a lot of happiness, but unfortunately another disappointment coming my way in my fourth attempt, which was at AFSB 2 AFSB Mysuru. That was for AFCAT entry. That was my first SSB. Again, my psych was good this time, but interview I was fumbling while giving answers, and my GTO did not go that well. And subsequently in the conference, I was asked questions about my performance. What did I learn? But I gave a different answer from the question that was asked to me. So that did not interest the assessors much, and they did not recommend me. After that, sir, again it was time for my SSC Tech entry in Kapurthala at 31 SSB. I went back, and SSC Tech 54 was the course. Then I got screened out. I was overconfident, and because of my back-to-back screen, back-to-back, I was getting screened in back-to-back. I was a bit overconfident about my screening. That resulted in 2 screened out attempts after my attempt at AFSB. So that brought me back to the ground. I started preparing back from the scratch, and after that, it was time for my AFSB attempt again after clearing my AFCAT 1 2020. This was a 2 AFSB Mysuru again. I got conferenced out in my seventh attempt. I'm counting my attempts. Seventh attempt. Again, sir, interview was my Waterloo. I can say GTO this time went very well. It was a small group of 6 people, so I could give more ideas, and in the group discussion it went well. But however, in the group tasks, I felt those minute mistakes where I was not taking initiative, and if I was taking initiative, it was limited, and I was not doing it consistent. Because of which this made the GTO was not interested in me that much. The interview also went bad, but this time I was doing good in my psych test. I was confident about it, and the result again was conferenced out in my 7th attempt. After that, sir, came my CTS OTA. I can say this was my dream SSB I was waiting for, and this time I had to do my best. So I prepared, I geared up everything for this SSB, and went to 22 SSB Bhopal. It was in the month of September, and this time again it was a small group due to the COVID restrictions. All of these SSBs in COVID time are small. The GTO groups are small, and again, sir, this time I did fairly well in my GTO and good in my interview also, but psych did not take me through. So again, it was like inconsistency of the performance that was again and again and again taking me out. So after this, I had I had come back, written my whole experience of the SSB. This time I was pretty much disappointed with my performance, because even though after so much of preparation and so much of hard work that I was putting in every time, and the result was coming out same. So after that, sir, it was time for my INET SSB. I did not get the date till my till just before 15 days or 20 days I had my SSB, I got the date for the SSB, and I had my AFCAT exam on the same date. On 5th of October, I had my AFCAT exam. So I had to take a decision between giving the exam and giving the SSB. So obviously, I contacted my father, and he told, "Okay, you have an opportunity in your hand, and you are going to create an opportunity by giving the exam. So it's better you take the SSB over the exam." So I went. Uh, I analyzed the experience previously. What were the mistakes, and I felt this time, okay, इस बार अच्छे से करके जाते हैं. And I started reciting all the answers that I gave in my interview in front of the mirror. I also took a video of them. Started seeing what the assessor will think, what a layman, what a normal person will think if I am giving these answers to the same questions that are being asked to me. I felt, okay, these answers are not at all relevant, and they are not at all structured. I was telling something, anything randomly on a question asked, and I was leaving 2 or 3 questions in that CIQs. So after that, sir, the mistakes, I made sure this time I did not repeat them. And in psych also, the stories maximum that I was making were not from my PAQ. They were not related to my life experiences, which made the responses look synthetic. Again, GTO, as I told, the group discussion topics are pretty vague, and we had to do background, so I did that also. Coming back to the SSB, sir, on the first day it was a reporting of 74, out of which 28 people got screened in. This time the batch was the other way around. Repeaters were put first, and the freshers were put at the last. So I was just number 2 before getting screened in, and 1 after getting screened. After getting screened in. Then, sir, the journey started. On first day, I was as nervous I was in any SSB, thinking about my psych performance on the next day. And there was chest number 5, Nitin Rawat. I still remember his name. And he started motivating me. Agar bhai, if you are doing this, you're not gonna make it. Just keep your mind chill and go there, give your best. Don't worry for the rest. And the next day I did the same. And this time I can say this was the best psych test I have given ever. 9 out of my 12 stories were from my PAQ. And every picture that I was seeing, I was first giving it time to think, and at least 20 to 30 seconds think on it, not immediately start the story. I was getting an idea in my mind, but I did not go after that. I improvised that idea, made it better, organized the flow of the story, and then put it down on the paper. That is how I did, sir. Yes, in this process it consumed some time, but the stories came out very, very good. That is one thing that I did differently in this time. And WAT, as usual, I used to do good in my WAT. And SRT I did around 45. Every time I used to do around 33 to 37, 38 was the maximum limit. This time, maintaining the same quality and doing the same responses, giving the same quality of responses, I did 45. And after that, self-description, I had prepared what I had to write. What are the qualities that were really in me which I could project better, and what are the qualities that I should not be more more attentive about or pay less attention on. That went so my psych test on an overall went well. That boosted my confidence on day 2. And after that, our interviews, we were told that we did not have interviews on that day. The next day we had our interviews. So next day was GTO. Early in the morning, we reported at 6 o'clock in Bangalore at the Tea Point. It was a chill day, and everyone was geared up. We were again a group of 6, but this time all of them were from the screened-in group. We were 13 people when we got for the PP and DT discussion. All of the 6 members from my GTO group were from the same 13. So we had a good bonding even from day 1. So we were playing Damshal Arts, we were playing Truth or Dare. We had very much fun in the room. We were not allowed to go out, So we just went out for a tea or snacks, and then we spent most of the time together. So that bonding was already there. We did not have to build it again. Our group discussion went very well, sir. I had taken initiative in 2 of the discussions out of 3. Our group planning exercise went well, and GTO was very much interested in our group discussions also. He was promptly giving his suggestions also in the discussions, what his views were, what his opinions were, and he was asking us questions logically. He seemed to be scolding us at times that you people don't have sense, you people don't know to sit in a clockwise direction, but then it was all a part of the testing, I felt. So I maintained my calm and just focused on my performance. And in the subsequent tasks, when it came to group planning exercise, I initiated the discussion again, and the discussion went well. Though I was not giving the group solution, I went on and gave good points in the group planning exercise. After that was the GOR. I knew where to perform and where not to this time, I could say, because I was the lighter one in the group, and being back and supporting them, I did not feel was that important. I took the responsibility of the snake and kept on motivating the group. Was at the front, and our group obstacle race, we were like 20 to 25 seconds ahead from the other group. So GTO gave us 2 times penalty to complete the GOR. And when he asked us to repeat 2 obstacles, I was the first one to run back, followed by another candidate. He asked 2 of us to repeat. After that, sir, in progressive group task, whole of the group was giving ideas, but I felt I was in the front executing each and every idea. And though I did not have ideas, I supported the people who are giving ideas and also executing the task, because of which the GTO also felt we were doing good. He at times appreciated us also in the task, that he sir told that okay gentlemen, you're doing good, I give you points for that. From now on you'll just tell me the ideas that you have in your mind, and I'll approve that if I feel that they are acceptable, they are workable. So that way our task was more easy. We had to give only the ideas. We went on giving the ideas after that, and the 4 tasks were completed within a time of 15 to 20 minutes. And we had minimal discussion, maximum implementation in the PGT. And after that, sir, it was time for half group task. We were asked to raise our hands whenever we were ready for something. So in the half group task, when sir asked to raise hands, I raised a hand for the first time, and we were divided into smaller group of 3. That task was completed within 5 minutes. It was an easy task. And after that lecturate, I had 4 topics in my card. First one was UN's role in keeping world peace, preserving world peace. And after that, sex education. After that, pollution. And I don't remember the other one. I'm not sure. I took the first topic and spoke about all of the aspects wherein UN from the beginning, what UN has done till now, the peacekeeping forces which participate in UN from different countries, and all, and the current ongoing situations at this time also Armenia and Azerbaijan conflict is taking place. I highlighted that, and the long-standing disputes in between Turkey and Syria, the rise of terrorism, terror funding and all. I highlighted those aspects, and I also highlighted how better UN could have functioned by giving membership to the G4 countries. That I also highlighted that. After that, it was time for command task. The same day, all the tasks were completed. My command task was a simple one. Again, a myth that was made in my mind that only is given a hard task, GTO will test him, color changing rule hoga to he'll clear him. This myth was completely cleared out of my mind. I gave the idea real quick, I can say. It was around 15 to 20 seconds. The GTO sir just turned around and he told me to execute the idea. He asked me to show the idea to cross from one side to other side. I gave the idea. It was done. I told him, sir, it is executed. He told me, okay, Sunil, I'll give you full marks for this idea. This is executable. Now show me the other side of the idea. So I told him, sir, again it was the same time that I took. It was a similar kind of an idea, both the sides, but a simple thing. It was the bully was to be arrested from the down and from the up on the other side. So I did that. I was quick in giving the idea. After that, the task went smooth, and in the individual obstacles, I had chosen the path correctly this time. Every time I was in two minds whether to do this obstacle first or this obstacle first. Uh, I just remembered the left hand movement rule in that ground also. It was the same in that ground which I attempted the individual obstacles this time. But the thing was 6 and 8 were parallel to each other. So I chose 8 instead of 6. And I also, interviewing officer also asked me this in the interview. I told him the same. Because 8 was giving me more points, I chose that, sir. And 6, I felt I could do it afterwards also. But the best part was I could complete 9 of them, and only 6 was remaining, the one that I left. After that, sir, in final group task also, I was going forward and executing the task. I felt very much satisfied after the GTO performance, and on that day also we did not have our interview scheduled, so that day we were free to prepare for the interview. So I went in the evening, gathered information, prepared about the Navy. I had already prepared, but more the new upcoming updates about the Navy this time. And sir, after that, next day was my interview. I was the first candidate to be called. My interview went on for around 1 hour to 1 hour 20 minutes, 1 hour 25 minutes, and this time I I was giving answers in a very structured manner, and I did not leave out like any single question, I can say. I would have hardly told the interviewing officer that, okay, sir, I do not know the answer for this, but I'll let you know this up once I get to read. This was the I mean, I can say a better thing that I've done this time, because in the previous time, sir, I was giving wrong answers even if I did not know the answer for that question. So it was better. I felt it was better avoiding that question instead of giving a wrong answer and getting caught. So the interview went around. The main turning point I can say for the interview was this time I could manage the less marks that I had scored properly. I told sir that sir, in terms of my practical knowledge, I'm good. But when it comes to the theoretical knowledge, I feel that I was not good on the paper while I was in executing the tasks. And the interviewing officer asked me many questions about starting from my project to an implementation of a project. The interviewing officer asked me, "How will you live project if I gave you a task over here? Tell me all the programming steps. Tell me all the components that you require for your project, and execute it over here right now. How you will do that?" So I just took my mind there, though I was not prepared for that. I gave him all the details about how I would go implementing it and all, and the interviewing officer I felt the interviewing officer was pretty much satisfied. So that is how it was, sir. And my conference, I was not waited long outside the conference, but I was pretty much confident after going inside the conference hall, because normally what happens in a conference hall was just the candidate goes and sits before the panel, before the officers. But this time, I think they were checking my presence of mind. Uh, there was an empty water bottle that was kept on the chair even before I went in. It was 1.5 to 2 minutes before I was called. Just after the JCO reported to the president, I was called in, and I did not feel that that bottle at that place was really significant. But I kept my calm. I went and stood right beside the chair. When I was asked to sit, I just slowly took the bottle in my hand and kept it down and sat. Then started the question. I was asked, "So Sunil, this is your ninth attempt." I told, "Yes, sir." Then, how did you prepare yourself for this attempt, Sunil? So I told him that, "Sir, these are the steps that I followed, and this is how I think I have prepared." and I feel that I was able to present myself better this time. And he told the next question was, how better do you think you have performed, and where do you think are you lacking in terms of performance this time? Since I was pretty much sure that my psych and GTO went well, I told them that if I had to point out a particular thing in my whole performance, it would be the questions that I did not answer in my interview. Some of the questions, like I was asked questions in particular, in specific to the current affairs, two international current affairs which are related to commerce, and two national sports affairs, current affairs. So I told sir that, sir, this is I mean, I don't recall the current affairs in specific when it comes to international commerce. But the last news that I read was Iran and China signing a pact for $400 million that will impact Iran by giving it investment for developing its infrastructure, and also providing China with discounted prices for oil. It will be a win-win situation for both of them. So I told in the conference that, sir, this is the question that I think I was not able to answer, and a couple of technical questions as well that I left out in the interview. So I told them, sir, these are the questions that I did not answer. So I'm prepared for them now. If you want me to answer them now, I can do that. So they said, okay. It is okay, Sunil, not required. Then after that, they asked me, how many friends did you make over here? I told them that I was chest number 1, sir. So normally chest number 1 does this thing that he collects money from everything. He gives photos and all to the whole batch. So this time it was similar situation with me. I told them the same. So sir, this time I was doing this work, and I feel that I have interacted with all of them very well. But I feel the GTO group that I had was very much close to me. So all of them are friends, but chess numbers 1, 2 to 6 are very much close to me, since we were in a single room. So that was it, sir. After that, normal questions. How was this day, and any suggestions to us? I told everything was fine, sir. Thank you for that. And then I left, and I was like totally blanked out after giving that. Before the last candidate came and before the results were announced, I was in a blank state where I couldn't point out a wrong thing that I had done in the conference, because I was confident in giving my answers, and I was not sure that I would get recommended. Again, I did not have any expectations before this SSB. I was just doing what I had to do at that point of time, but I was totally blanked out. I was thinking everything that came to my mind. Everything was like just going past like this, and I was totally blanked out. When sir called out the chess number, the person beside me, it was chess number 6. I just looked like this. He was to my left. He started clapping. I did not understand, and yes, that was it, sir. I couldn't expect any much from that day.
So you are the only one who got recommended from your batch?
Yes, sir. I was the only one.
Great. I know it's a very long story, and I intentionally kept quiet so that you could say everything that you had to, because 9th attempt is not small. So yes. That's a very long journey.
Yes, sir.
But I from what I heard from whatever you had to say, I was very curious, and I was very patiently listening to the whole episode. You seem to have had a lot of ups and downs. Sometimes you did well in psych, sometimes you did not do well, and your GTO and IO were interview were always a Waterloo. You did not do well. I mean, how was that? I mean, I thought if somebody understands the principles in the psych, and if he has practiced a little bit, he would naturally do well anytime. It shouldn't happen that this attempt you did well in psych, this attempt you did well in GTO, this attempt you did well in IO, and others got messed up. What was the core issue you thought was holding you back from that success?
Sir, it was the desperateness to perform. Every time, either I was overperforming or I was underperforming. I was either being boisterous in the group or being very much silent in the group. And in the interview, when I was posed a question that I was unable to answer, I was coming under stress, and even after that question, I was giving answers not so clear. That was the main point, sir. And in psych, I was taking the pressure as such, like if one story did not go good, I was, even after that thing, even after that story passed away, that picture passed away, I was thinking about the same picture, and that affected my next pictures also, next stories also. That was the
And
thing.
I remember you speaking to me in between when you were getting conferenced out again and again. So, what did I tell you then?
You told every time you go with a mind that you have to perform. Don't take the pressure. Remove the pressure of your head of the previous attempt. Whatever you're doing there, give your best, and that is what is matters. Whatever has happened in your previous attempt, that is gone. Now do your best. That is what you told me, sir.
But it seems it has not worked with you. And finally, in the last attempt, when the sixth guy, when he told you, friend,
No,
chill
sir.
out.
No, it's not like that, sir. At that time, yes, that was there, but still, that was somewhere there, sir. That fear was there in me. Even after that, uh, how much ever someone motivates us, it is we who are supposed to do it on the ground. Yes, yes, it was there. From outside, it was there, but at that time, it was coming from the inside. I was pretty much cool after that, I can say.
I'm also aware of the time when you were sitting in the railway station and crying once.
Yes, sir. That was after my third attempt. Yes, I told you this experience in the previous call. Yes, I was into tears after getting conferenced out. That was my second conference in Bangalore for 24 SSB. At that time, I had like, you told me to take up a job, but I did not do that because I wanted to give more time for my preparation, and I felt simply taking a job would eat away my time for preparation. So I felt okay, इसको एक और attempt तक देखते हैं, then we'll do something about this. If I wanted to take a job, I was pretty much sure that okay, this is there, but I can get this. In that experience, sir, especially, yes, I was into tears. Like I was sitting and thinking about the whole experience. In within 5 minutes, I was into tears. I did not know what was going on with me.
I've met you as a SSB student. I have met you as a CDA student, and I think I also taught economics to you guys. And we again, as part of the CDS, we again did the SSB training for you guys. And all along, I knew that you are a potential candidate and you will make it. And I must have told you also this. I'm sure I have told you this so many times. Whenever you used to come back, and I was not telling you this to just to pacify you or to motivate you, but I genuinely knew. But this inconsistency in performance happens because of what you just now described, the desperation to clear.
Yes,
and I make it a point to discuss this in every SSB batch, and these are my words, though your friend standing there told you this, but I'm sure you'll recollect me saying this in the SSB coaching. I mean, in AFPA also.
Yes, sir.
Do your hard work, and do your work and leave the rest. Forget about the result. The moment you come under pressure for result, you will ruin your chances, because it is going to add up to the pressure already which is there in the SSB. And like you're saying, I was blanked out and I was getting nervous. One story I have not been able to conceive properly, though the next story has appeared on the screen. I was thinking about the previous. And why it has taken you so long?
Yes, sir. The same thing.
See, ultimately, this is reflecting on your liveliness.
Yes, sir.
And liveliness is a core quality which we believe that it is less trainable.
Yes, sir.
and it has taken you so long, 8-9 attempts, 2.5 years of struggle, 2 years of struggle to perhaps rethink about it, work on this, work on this, work on this, work on this. And still in the ninth attempt, you showed, that, somewhere you were nervous and, somehow you, kept your buoyancy maybe till the end and went to the conference. You were very confident. You had the presence of mind. It is a fact. Psychologically, there are certain attributes which are innate to a person, and it takes time to train. So we say core quality is we don't say it is not trainable. It is trainable, but it is less trainable because they are very innate to you. And till you are conscious about this, till you have been sensitized, and you're sensitized not once, twice, thrice, 4 times, and you become conscious of this, and you introspect, you work on it, it's not change. So
Yes.
all is well that ends well, Sunil.
Yes.
You also talked about one myth which you which you have bust, that you will get a good command task if you have performed well earlier. I must still correct you that it is not a myth.
Not sure, sir, but it worked for me.
That's okay. That's
Yes, sir.
okay. I mean, it's not necessary. It's not necessary to be cleared by all 3 techniques to be recommended by the board. This I keep saying everywhere. So it's okay. That doesn't really matter in the sense. But normally, you have gone through the SSB process in AFPA. That is how it is. It doesn't matter. So finally, what matters is the recommendation which you have got. And how many vacancies were there for this entry? I mean, for this pilot's entry this time when you went to this?
This pilot's entry, there were 6 vacancies, sir.
Okay. And you also cleared your CPSS as well as the medicals?
Medicals I'm done, sir. CPSS, unfortunately, I couldn't clear. So now I'm eligible for observer. I'll be checked for merit for observer.
And so, how many vacancies were there for observer?
The same, sir. 6.
Same, 6. Okay, that's excellent. Sunil, when you said that you could not clear NDA, thereafter you could not clear your CDS before coming to AFPA for the CDS coaching batch, and thereafter you went on to clear all 3 exams.
Yes, sir.
The CDS, the AFCAT, and the INET.
Yes, sir.
I mean, do you think AFPA is okay for written coaching?
Sir, without a doubt, I would say AFPA is great, because not bragging about the.
I'm talking of the written coaching. I'm not talking of SSB.
Sir, both the ways. I mean, I couldn't. Not telling about the other academies, but I've never been to one. I've only come to AFPA, but I felt that the attention we were being given in terms of written coaching, that was need to be given, because sir, the strategy that I got to prepare only what is required from the exam point of view, when even I think you remember, even when you were teaching us economics, we were bringing out many aspects that were not related to the exam, but you told exam के लिए इतना चाहिए, इतना पढ़ो, and bits इसमें से practice करो, this will be enough. And exactly in economics, that worked for us, sir. The marginal utility complex, the concepts that you taught us, the the supply and demand thing that you taught us, everything was on par. And when it came to polity, sir was so clear. I still remember those slides wherein sir was teaching us, and we were, I still remember those articles and all. So it was that good. And Chitra ma'am was simply superb in geography, and it was a all-round great experience coming to written coaching as well. Before that, I did not have a proper strategy. Yes, I was putting my efforts, I was giving my 100%, but the gear was in reverse mode. I mean, not in a reverse mode, but it was in a different direction. It was there that I got the right direction to go, that right approach to the exam, and that is how it works, sir. Even though if we put our 110%, 120%, that does not matter. The right approach is what matters, even if we give our 90%. That is what I think is the best about the written coaching in AFPA.
See, you're an engineer, so mathematics would have been your strength.
Yes, sir.
So you thought the GS portion was done well in AFPA?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. GS portion, we had different faculty coming for each subject, and we had classes on Sundays also. A ma'am was coming especially for teaching us biology. I still remember on Sundays in the morning or in the afternoon we had classes. Yes, GS part was focused very much. Polity, we were taking extensive classes. Economics, we had classes in the evening, and chemistry and physics. Since I was from science background, I did not have to focus much on physics, but chemistry was a tough subject for me even then. But I somehow coped up with it. But the concepts which I learned in my plus 2 or my 10th were completely, of a lower level, I can say, because I was from a state background. So CBSE background was not my thing. So there, yes, I felt GS was done. Every time I was lacking in GS only in the previous attempts, and it is the case with most of the candidates who appear for either they do good in English or maths. English is a concept. English is a subject wherein if we work on our daily speaking, and we practice enough amount of a proper amount of bits, we will be able to do good in English and able to score. An average candidate will be able to score around 50 to 60 marks easily without even practicing anything. If he is doing good practice, 60 to 70, 75 marks will not go anywhere. That is how I was prioritizing my subjects also while I was preparing. English was my strength. I would always score good marks in my English, even while I was giving mock tests. Yes, sir, I forgot about this mock test. For GS also, we had mock tests for every single week. The concepts that were covered in that particular week, suppose it was geography, the whole concept, after a single chapter or a single concept is done, we had a test. Those made us memorize our concepts better, and from the exam point of view, those bits were important. So we were also able to do that. Polity, if we had completed some concept, constitutional remedies or something like that, we used to have a test on that. We used to have English test. Colonel Ravi Nair sir was our faculty for English. He used to take 2 tests a week, which gave us which were from previous examinations also, but it was a good all-round experience for GS and all subjects also.
And how about maths? You faced any problem in maths in AFPA?
No, sir. We were taught from the very first day. We were taught tricks how to approach maths, like for the square root and all, for the squaring of the digits. Starting from that, we were taught tricks till trigonometry and this thing. I'm not getting that. Measurement and the areas thing. That also, sir. We were taught tricks in AFPA, not the regular thing anyone can teach, but the tricks were taught at AFPA. Maths was also pretty much strong, sir.
So whatever you learned as part of the CDS, that also helps in AFCAT and INET.
Yes,
the syllabus is more or less the same or something.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We had a separate class for reasoning also, if I recollect. That was taken by our maths faculty. In AFCAT, reasoning plays a very major role when it comes to clearing the exam. So we had separate sessions for reasoning ability also. We were discussing the synonyms and antonyms, the figures, classification, the mirror images and all. That was also taken through. So yes, it was AFCAT and INET batches was also running parallelly with our coaching, which had similar portion. So reasoning ability was an added thing that was also taken care of.
So you think AFPA should restart CDS AFCAT INET coaching?
Sir, I did not know you have stopped it. You should, sir. You should.
No, we stopped it because when Mission NDA started and they were coming to the 12th, so we wanted the faculties to focus on them, and hence we had discontinued for some time. And also with Mission NDA and SSB going on, we were also falling short of accommodation and other infrastructure.
Yes.
But I don't know if you are aware, AFPA is now shifting to its own location. It's been a year or so that the construction was on, and by January we would have shifted to our own location. It's a beautiful location, adjoining a lake, and it's a very, very beautiful location. So that has been the development.
I would love to visit it, sir.
Sunil, in any case, you must, you are in Hyderabad, I suppose.
Yes.
And Hyderabad to Nagpur is just about 500 kilometers. And you've been part of the AFPA family for a longer duration. And I think you should definitely come back to AFPA and maybe talk to the next generation of people and motivate them, because you are the guys who are real inspiration for them. And we have been requesting all the candidates who get recommended, who trained in AFPA, and many of them do come back to acknowledge what they received from AFPA. And okay, before we part, one good memory of AFPA.
Sir, the Ganesh Chaturthi celebrations. 2 times.
Okay, you were there. Okay.
I was there for both of them, 2018 and 2020.
Oh, great.
That is the best part. That is the best part. I have, for one batch, I was for the Visarjan, and for one batch, I was for the festival itself, on the day of festival itself.
Okay, great.
That is a great memory I have had.
Sunil, I have always felt this that there are 4 or 5 major reasons why a potential good candidate like you, they feel they go through setbacks after setbacks after setbacks. So I am hosting a free webinar on 5 blunders to get rejected at SSB. Okay, so I'm going the reverse way now. So,
yes,
and these 5 blunders are over my experience of about 11 years now in this field. So this is what I learned. So I'm going to conduct a free webinar for the aspirants on the 8th of November, which is a Sunday, from 7 to 8:30 in the evening. So I'm going to be talking about these 5 blunders, including the one that you have been doing continuously for 8 attempts and then finally making it to the 9th attempt. So sure. It gives me real great pleasure to have to see you where you are today after such a long struggle. And the best part, tell me, I'm getting a little curious. At no stage you felt, yeah, I should quit?
Yes, sir. There was a self-doubt that was starting to develop inside me, but every time I kept telling to myself that, Sunil, fauj nahi to kuch nahi. So yes, there was a self-doubt that, are you fit? Are you really fit for the forces? Question yourself first before going to the SSB, whether you are really fit or you're trying your luck. Trying our luck is a different thing, and really getting the answer to the question that comes from our inside is a different thing, sir. If we have that answer that yes, I am really fit and I am gonna make it this time, that is what helps us, and that is what helps us stay calm and do our best. That is what I feel.
Excellent. That is a great quality. Never say quit, never say die, and that shows your resilience, that shows your determination to bounce back. Fine. I mean, it may have taken 9 attempts, but then ho gaya.
Yes, sir.
Right? That's
Yes,
a
sir.
great feeling. It's an excellent feeling. Thank you very much, Sunil, for this wonderful talk, and I'm sure you're going to inspire a lot of aspirants who are struggling the way you are. And I would request all of them to attend that webinar on the 8th of November, because you will never know, you may be suffering out of one of those blunders that you may be repeating one after the other again and again, like Sunil did. Finally he found his rhythm and he got it out. So maybe that session could help you reflect on your own self, and you will be able to achieve your success sooner than later. And with this, from all of us in AFPA, everybody, all the faculty and the staff, in fact, I remember you were trying to call me, and I was sitting in an online class, and you called Ashish, and he came and told me, he said, Sunil ka ho gaya, Sunil ka ho gaya. So I said, I'm in the class. Good job. And then I text you. So even the staff, they feel the joy.
Yes,
They
sir.
enjoy that news
They are so
coming from
connected.
aspirants.
They are so
They're so
connected to each and every
and
person. Yes.
and they're very affectionate, very connected, and they feel the concern, they feel the joy. It was a great news for us, and we wish you all the very best. And we are always there. We look forward to host you in AFPA as soon as possible.
Sure.
We are starting from 16th of November. The SSB batches are recommencing. Our young brigade, the Mission NDA students, would be joining back on 6th of December. And we'll all be back in action after this COVID. It's been a long time. We have been struggling, or we have been feeling very lonely without the kids, without the academy being empty. But we are looking forward to this new beginning again after the COVID. Sunil, thank you very much, and God bless you. And anything we can do, we are always there.
Sure, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And I hope the academy, gives many more success stories. I'm just like a drop in the ocean, but every drop matters. And I think you're the motivation behind many people. Just a minute, sir. I would like to remind you of one candidate who contacted you. He was, actually two of them. One was Ritesh Srivastav, and one was Gurudat Malia. He called you. He got recommended from 12 SSB Bangalore just after I got the next batch. He took your DVD course, and only after referring to that he got recommended. He told me to give you a special attention. Telling his name and thank you from his side. So thank you, sir, from his side.
Thank you so much, Sunil. Thank you so much. Yesterday I got a message from the present online coaching batch that one of the candidate's friend, his friend who made it in the SSB by simply reading my book. So it's all God's grace. We don't do things anticipating success. We just do our bit, and if it is helping the society, helping the people, at this age, with white beard around.
That thing looks really good, sir, on you.
So,
you look great.
Yeah. So at this age, all that matters is if we can be of any if we can be of any use to the society, and the youngsters are benefiting by our work. What more can we aspire to at this age? So that's all God's grace, and thankful to God, and the best wishes of people like you and others. And we are always there. Whatever we can do for them, we will definitely do.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir, and stay healthy. Have a great day.
Thank you so much, Sunil. God bless you. Enjoy and join the academy, and wish you a great career in Navy. Navy is a beautiful service.
Yes, sir. They're looking forward to join you at AFPA.
Yeah. Let us know whenever possible after 16th of November. We'll be ready to host you, and maybe you can interact with us. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Good night.
Take care, sir. Bye-bye. Good night.